So we had a viewer ask a question about neighborhoods around Nampa. So I thought I'd just go shoot a couple and see what you guys thought. Come along. Hey everybody, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. You know your great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate here to the Treasure Valley. And if you're moving to the Treasure Valley and you don't know what the various different neighborhoods are like, so we had a guy that watches the channel and he asked a question. He goes, what neighborhood would you suggest that I check out? He goes, he doesn't like the crowds, he doesn't want the cookie cutters. So that's the impression I'm getting. And then I had a couple of neighborhoods in mind. And so I thought, well, today let's just go run through a couple of them, and so you can get a feel of kind of what they're like. Let's go. Yeah, Dave, let's go. Hey, first one up is Belmont Heights. Let's go check it out. It's a nice little subdivision. Actually, it's not that small. It's just to the east of Nampa, between Nampa and Meridian. And there it is right there. That's the layout from Google Earth. And you can see it's a pretty decent sized neighborhood. So let's go driving around a little bit. As you can tell, it's fall, it's October. Leaves are starting to drop, trees are starting to change, and it's just a beautiful day to be out. So what do I see around here? It's beautiful homes, larger lots. And I just kind of took a drive around. I didn't add anything to or take anything away. I wanted to give you the best look, an honest look at what this neighborhood is all about. So the houses in this area, they were built between 2002 and 2004. And so I guess that's, 20 some years ago now. And for all of this year, for 2024, there have been 3 homes in this subdivision that have sold, and they were priced between $825,000 and $914,000. So that's a little bit of money, but what you do get for that is, well, you're out in the country, you get a lot of space, you get a lot of quietness, and if you're looking for people that are just like you, they want the same things, they want the space, they want the quietness, they want the nature, they want things kept up pretty nicely, well, this would probably be a good fit for you. And we're going to look at some other neighborhoods as we go through. Those trees sure are nice though, aren't they? And the fences around here, it looks like something you'd see in horse country in Kentucky or something. Definitely a nice quiet place. Not a whole lot going on there. Actually, quite a bit of traffic. I saw 2 cars. Well, that can't be right. And this one turns out to be on a cul-de-sac. So, like I said, there's 3 that sold this year. They don't come up very often. And that's going to be kind of a theme as we go through these different neighborhoods today. So if there's a particular area that you'd want to be buying a house in, then it's probably a good idea to go ahead and get set up on a search for that. So we get alerted when a house does come available in this subdivision or in one of these other subdivisions that we're going to see today. And then just be ready to jump when they do become available. And you can see why people wouldn't turn over that often here. One is because there's not that many houses out here. And 2, because it's such a nice area that you probably wouldn't want to leave unless there was something, some life event going on that would get you on out of the house. So now we're going to go on to the next one. Watch that speed bump. Boom, boom. And now we're not too terribly far away. We're coming over here to Britannia Heights. I know, sounds pretty nice, huh? And you can see it's over there on the east side of Nampa again. Not too far from where we were earlier. Now this one's got like 3 different phases. The older phase is at the north, middle phase is in the middle, and the newer phase is right there at the bottom. So this is the older phase. And these started getting built in about 2010. And the newer phase is getting built now. But the middle phase must have been about 2020 is when those were built. Again, nice big lots. Pretty welcoming. And this too is a speed bump. It's a bigger subdivision. So there's more houses going on, more. And like I say, over in phase 3, maybe it is, where it's the third area, that they're actually still building houses over there. So for 2024, and like I say, this is through October, 7 homes have sold over there. And the price range for those has been $735 up to $854. So $735, that's, I'm not going to say that's chump change, but that's compared to what we're going to see some of these today, that's not a bad price. And some of these homes are just spectacular, aren't they? Wow. Yeah, I could live there. Notice how the lawns are so nice and kept up. Green, manicured. That was almost like a park-like setting there. Flags. We sure got a lot of Americans here in Idaho. Can you say that about where you live? Those RV bays are nice too. Even if you don't have an RV. We've got many clients that have the RV bay and don't have an RV, and they have so many other things going on that they do in there, woodworking or whatnot. We do have some people that actually put an RV in there. Who'd have thought? I think this phase, the lots don't look like they're quite as big, but I'm sure the houses are. And it looks like most of them are single story. So single story houses with a lot of square footage, they just do take up a bigger footprint on the yard or on the lot. I actually showed that house there on the left. I guess that was probably a couple years ago now. Definitely out in the country, so you don't get a lot of traffic of any kind. There's some more of them Americans. It's like you're not going to see anybody driving around over here unless they live here. Or if it's me. Look at that place there, the RV bay in the middle, and oh my. RV bay, RV bay, RV bay. Wow. That one's so wide. You could be impaired and still back a trailer into that without hitting the walls. And we've already been down this street, but I didn't want to edit it out. That way you could see that, we're just taking a little trip around here. More Americans. There's some over there on the left and on the right. Wow. And here's the newer ones. I've shown some of these houses along this street. Just spectacular. And what I like about these over on the right-hand side is there's like a little alley behind. So some of them actually have the garages and the back of the house. I thought that was a really nice touch. And you can see the trees are a little bit smaller, but, give them a little bit of time. They'll get there. And I think that was probably about our longest tour that we're going to have today. The rest of them seem to be a little bit shorter, but this one just had those 3 phases, and I want to make sure I covered all of them. And there we go, out on Dewey. Now where we're going to go. So as you're driving around out here in the country, you come across these little pockets of really nice neighborhoods. And here's Saddle Ridge Estates. And I didn't stop at all of them. Like I say, they're all over the place. This one's just a couple miles from where we just were. And you can see it's just like one road that goes through this area with the houses, the lots, really nice. As you can see. Well, it's kind of overcast, so don't have a nice blue sky up there, but I think you get the idea of what these homes would look like and maybe what it'd be like to live over here. So these homes were built between 2001 and 2007, so a little bit older. And there was one that sold in all of 2024 so far, and it went for $1.4 million. So it's probably one of those really, really bigger, nice ones. But all of them look pretty darn nice. Man, location's great too. You could buzz into Nampa to get your groceries. You could buzz across the bottom side of the valley and get into Boise without any problem. Maybe you're running out to the airport to get on your Learjet or something. Could all be done from right here. So that was Saddle Ridge Estates. Let's move on to another one. This one's kind of different in that all the streets are John Wayne movies. I know, saddle up, cowboy. We're going to go to Chisum Valley. Not too far away from where we were, still kind of to the east of Nampa. Not a big community, but quite a few houses out there. But let's see what they look like. I'm starting to get kind of a common theme here. Nice houses, nice trees, nice yards. So these homes, they were built between 1999 and 2001. Wow. That's a long time ago, huh? Like 25 years ago? Wow. And for 2024, guess how many sold? None. Yeah, they don't turn over very often there. But in 2023, the year before, 2 of them sold. And at that time, they were going between 750 and 880,000. So just kind of oh, that's got an actual shop there. Nice. Just kind of reinforce that, if you want to live in a neighborhood like this, we got plenty of them around, but they don't have very quick turnover. So we have to go with the long game on this. Maybe we'll get lucky and get you in there in the first month, but we might have to wait for, someone to finally decide to move out. That's nice. All those trees there. And you can't see very well because it is kind of cloudy, but there are mountains off there to the front, to the east. So you'd have those to look at when it's not hazy out. There's some more of that traffic. I'll bet not much happens on these streets. That there's not somebody that knows what's going on. Someone's peeping out their window or something. I bet it's very safe. That's the thing, is you don't have to peep out your window because it is very safe to start with. Oh yeah, I was trying to remember what some of the names of the streets are. I can't even remember any John Wayne movies right now. The Shootist? I remember that one, but I don't know if that would make a very good name for a street, would it? I wonder if everybody does the John Wayne accent. Well, that was pretty quick. It wasn't a very big one, but now we got to go check out the next one. And this one, we're back a little bit more into town. We're on the south edge of Nampa, and that's what we're kind of looking at today is communities around Nampa. This is kind of like a little infill one, so it's not got a lot of houses. There it is, right south of Nampa. And there it is. Just kind of like one street with a cul-de-sac and a little cul-de-sac over there. And that's it. But it's very nice. In fact, I showed the house we're going to go see at the end of the cul-de-sac. It was just like spectacular. The house is spectacular, but then the shop, oh, it was just like, I could live in the shop. I don't even need the house. But that's the thing about the south part of Nampa is that there's all sorts of communities like this, about the same age of homes. And well, these are actually, so this is Birch Highlands, homes built between 2005 and 2006. And there's communities like this just all over the place. And there's some with homes that are older, like 20, 30, 40 years old. Some that are like this, some that are newer. So it's like, if you want that little extra space, there's that shop I was talking about. We do have them around. So there's one that sold in 2024 and it went for $749. And I mean, you could spend the same money on a brand new house and get a smaller lot. And it'd be a nice house, but you do have options around here. So now we're coming over here to Fuji Farms again, south of Nampa. And it's got a couple different ways in, this one and then the next turn where that car's coming out. And see right there, straight south of Nampa. And it's this road, and then there's that little road right above it. Just nice big lots. Really on the edge of town. And these were built between 1998 and 2005. And for 2024, there's been one that's sold, and it went for about $785. Wow, a little semicircle driveway there. Some of these are really pretty nice, aren't they? And then that was kind of it. Now we're back out on the road. This is Lewis right there. And we're going to go check out one more. Lonar Ranch. It's kind of like to the west of Nampa. This is a brand new, well, within the last years too, still being built out. Beautiful homes, absolutely beautiful. The ages here are between 2021 and 2024. So definitely a much newer community. Trees are a little bit smaller. Spectacular home. So far in 2024, 7 have sold between 1.2 and 1.9 million. That's US dollars. Yeah, these homes are really nice. Big lots, spectacular homes, Americans. And there's 3 active homes that are currently on the market for 1.5 to 1.6 mil. So that's a pretty good variety of homes we've seen today. But I also went through a regular subdivision to give you an idea, something to compare with. But unfortunately, my camera stopped working. So we went over here to Sienna Hills, which is a pretty good place that I recently shot a video at. And I think we should probably take a look at that one as well and see what you think. It is pretty nice. So, hey, what'd you think about that? Great tour of some great neighborhoods around Nampa, pretty much on the outskirts of Nampa. We saw some older neighborhoods. We saw some that are a little bit newer. Some that got fancy houses, some that have just regular houses. But it's all just kind of like a different pace of life. I also put in a regular neighborhood. It's a little bit older, just to give you an idea of what like an in-town would be for comparison purposes. And also, we've got this one here. This is Sienna Hills. Yep, Sienna Hills is over there kind of on the west side of Nampa, north of Lake Lowell. Pretty cool. Houses there started to be built in 2007, and the last one that was going was 2023. So there's several different phases, and it looks like they're probably about finished out by now. For 2024, 18 sold, 450 to 645, and there's currently 6 active at 570 to 650. We've got this one here. This is Sienna Hills. I recently did a video on that, and you can check that out again for comparison purposes and see what you think. Leave me your questions and stuff in the comments, and I can do a video for you as well. See you guys on the next one.